being joined by Jim Al-Khalili, who many of you will know. He is a theoretical physicist and has been a really long-standing advocate for all things public engagement. He's also, in my opinion, a brilliant broadcaster and communicator. I've enjoyed many hours of listening to you, Jim. So it's really nice to have you in the room, and I'm sure others in our delegates will know of you. And so before we begin the award ceremony, to start off with, would you just like to introduce yourself and maybe reflect on some of your experiences of public engagement and why it matters?
Thank you, Sophie. Well, pleasure to be here, and hello, everyone. Really an honor to be presenting these prestigious awards. I have to say, I certainly know they mean a huge amount to the awardees who've all put in so much effort into embedding public engagement into their institutions. So yeah, I'll reflect just for a couple of minutes maybe on my own journey in public engagement. Well, I've been active in science communication alongside my academic work for over 3 decades now, if truth be told. And so I've seen many changes during that time, like the shift from public understanding of science, what we call the deficit model, to real public engagement. And for me personally, it's been a gradual, one might argue too gradual in some cases, acknowledgement in higher education in particular, that public engagement isn't just a luxury for those who've got nothing better to do with their time, but a vital part of what we are and who we are and what we're for. When I started public engagement science communication as a young academic back in the early mid-90s, I was warned off by senior colleagues not to waste my time talking to, giving schools talks or talking to a journalist or writing a magazine article, because they felt it was to the detriment of my burgeoning research career. Jim, focus on writing papers, focus on grant proposals, going to conferences, and lead the science communication to those who do outreach, which was seen, of course, as a dirty word and far less worthy than real academic work. I'm glad I didn't listen to them, because today I do both. I'm still an academic. I lead a large research group at Surrey in the School of Maths and Physics in quantum physics. I'm a principal investigator on a couple of big research grants. I have my PhD students. I still teach undergraduates. I'm very proud. I like showing off this. I've taught undergraduate physics for an unbroken run of 31 years. That's unbroken. So no sabbaticals that, some of my other lazier colleagues indulge in. Part of the reason I've been able to do that is because the University of Surrey has been so good in allowing me the space, the freedom to pursue public engagement. So I've worked in broadcasting. I mean, many of you may know me for TV or radio or books. I've presented the Life Scientific on Radio 4 for over 12 years now. In fact, I've just interviewed my 300th guest, Oxford AI computer scientist Mike Wooldridge, who's giving this year's Royal Institution Christmas lectures. So I interviewed him in front of a live audience in the Faraday Lecture Theatre in the Royal Institution in London. And if that now will be aired in about 3 weeks' time. Where are we now? 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks yesterday, before he gives the public lecture. So his Christmas lectures. So the Life Scientific has been a hugely important part of my life, and I believe we have 2 million listeners every week. So I think it's gone a long way to embedding science and engineering achievements in popular culture. It presents my guests not only as fascinating scientists and engineers, who've done remarkable things, but also as people. They have the same challenges, they have the same struggles and same life stories as everyone else. So I think that embedding science into popular culture is a hugely important thing that we still need to work on. When I think back to my early career and that resistance I encountered getting involved in public engagement, I realize now I could do both, and it has meant for me a very fulfilling and varied career. When asked which aspect of my work I prefer, well, it sort of depends on time of day, day of the week. I derive just as much pleasure explaining a complex scientific concept to someone without the science background, see that light bulb go on over their head. It's just as fulfilling for me as it is finding out that thing for myself when I learn about it. I've never understood why, if we learn something new about how the world works, we'd want to keep it to ourselves. Why would we not want to shout it from the rooftops? Of course, public engagement encompasses so much more than just communicating science, which is what I have done. But I think the same principles and motivations still apply. Universities, as centers of learning, have a responsibility to engage beyond the confines of the lecture theatres, to share and to learn. This is something that the Watermark recognises and celebrates. I've been lucky to be working in an institution, the University of Surrey, that recognises the importance of public engagement, has allowed me that freedom to pursue my activities alongside my academic duties. The awardees today are also institutions that I believe exemplify this tremendous dedication. Okay, so I think that's all from me for the moment. Back to you, Sophie.
Brilliant. Thanks, Jim. And many of you will have heard, of course, about the Engage Watermark, which we launched 6 years ago. And it's a really quite a rigorous assessment to be given a Watermark Award, which is an award for universities and faculties. It takes quite a long time. It's like almost a year-long process. It requires gathering documents. It requires interviewing people, running surveys, running focus groups with partners and with research students and with staff. And then look at planning for the future. What from what they've learned will change for embedding engagement. And there are 4 award levels. Bronze, where people are at the initial stages of developing their approach and have a clear, articulated and resourced plan for the future. Silver, where there's more significant support in place. Gold, where you're a beacon of excellence, really, and you're sustaining practice. And after 3 years of being a gold award holder, you can apply for the Platinum Award. And the Platinum Award basically is an evidence of sustained commitment to long-term work around public engagement. So without more ado, let's go to the people who have been given the awards this time. And we're going to start with the Wellcome Centre for Human Genetics. And before handing over to Jim to say a few words about what the assessment revealed, we wanted to play a short film to celebrate the work of the centre, which aims to extend our understanding of the role of genetics and genomics in human health and disease.
In the early 1990s, it became pretty apparent that there was going to be a revolution in our ability to interrogate genomes and understand the genetics in individuals. We approached the Wellcome Trust with the view that we would create a major center in Oxford called the Wellcome Trust Center for Human Genetics.
By studying DNA of people whose family have lived in the same region for 3 generations or more, the scientists have discovered that particular patterns can be mapped to particular parts of Britain. What's more, by comparing those DNA samples to samples from all over Europe, they have discovered that, buried deep inside our inherited code, lie the centuries-old stories of movements of people across Europe.
There are certain areas of DNA which are open, which means there is a possibility for an interaction. So if a protein wants to interact with this bit of DNA, it can just come close and attach to it.
Individual researchers can do the kind of engagement that makes sense for them, and we've been able to sort of facilitate that.
Brilliant. I'm going to hand over to Jim to say a few words about the assessment.
Well, engagement with the public has been, as we saw, integral to the work of the centre, which is engaging with different communities to help shape and inform their research. The Watermark review highlighted a strong commitment to engagement across the centre, many exemplary practices, many ambitious future plans. The centre developed a host of purposeful and high-quality programmes, some reaching and inspiring large audiences with the centre's work, others working in more sensitive ways with patient communities to open up the social and ethical dimensions of its research. The centre's partners are delighted with their collaborative work and keen to do more in the future. Given the above, the NCCPE is delighted to award the Wellcome Centre for Human Genetics a silver watermark. Very well done.
And in true Oscar style, we've invited the team to record their acceptance speech, which we'll now play.
I'm really proud of the variety of engagement that we have done over the last few years.
It's a real honour to receive a Watermark, and I think it's a marvellous recognition of all the really exciting and innovative public engagement exercises that have been done by researchers in the centre.
It's really nice to work with people that are doing public engagement in different ways, and you can spark ideas off people.
I think that what I have and value the most is trust, the fact that you feel that they totally understand that everybody that is involved in a project, bring their own knowledge, their experience, they value that, and you really feel valued and respected for that.
I'm proud of the team and the centre being able to achieve this very prestigious award.
Yes, many congratulations to Brian and the team, and I'm sure you're showing your appreciation for their great work in chat. So our next awardee is the University of Nottingham, and they threw themselves into the Watermark process, and here's a short film about their work.
This is the place. We nurture connections, explore new ways of working, challenge our assumptions.
Whoever you are, whatever your story, you can help us explore, interrogate, and tackle some of today's toughest issues.
We are the University of Nottingham, a university without borders.
Committed to transforming lives and shaping the future, locally, nationally, and globally.
We experiment, debate, learn, and co-create to help make sense of this complex and changing world.
Real-world impact can only happen through collaboration and teamwork.
Get to know our community of researchers,
Our talented and passionate academic teams,
and be part of our world-leading studies. Shape research questions, share lived experiences, contribute data.
learn about our discoveries in interesting, innovative, and creative ways.
We are the University of Nottingham,
And we are listening to you.
Well, the assessment found that staff at Nottingham are committed to engagement, eager to do it well, and are well informed about the support available to them. The assessors noted lots of examples of excellent public involvement, for instance, in medicine and health sciences, and strong community engagement through the Lakeside Arts venue and programme. And the university's civic mission is making a significant contribution to the city and region. The Institute for Policy and Engagement provides great support, which adds significant value to faculty-level support and training. Their action plan positions public engagement as a golden thread running through all of the institution's work, which all staff can contribute to. Given this, the NCCPE is delighted to award the university a silver watermark in recognition of their achievements and looks forward to working closely with them on the next stage of their journey. Very well done.
I mean, it makes me very proud of the university, and it's a wonderful recognition of the work that thousands of people do.
It shows the journey that we've been on over the last 5 years and the amount of effort that's been made to really show that public engagement is valued at our institution.
I have benefited immensely from the public engagement resources made available by the University of Nottingham as part of its civic engagement vision.
My name's David Mellon. I'm the leader of Nottingham City Council. We have a strong working relationship with the University of Nottingham. We have shared ideals. We want the prosperity of our city.
I'm particularly proud of engagement that is genuinely co-produced, where communities help design and deliver research, and where the research outputs makes a real difference to communities' lives.
Oh, very, very well done, colleagues at Nottingham University, on your Silver Award. So, our next awardee is the Wellcome Centre for Integrative Neuroimaging. The centre's working to ensure breakthroughs in laboratory neuroscience have a meaningful impact for human health. And so here's a short film to describe some of their public engagement programmes, starting with their rapid response to the COVID pandemic.
So it's absolutely necessary to fully understand how the brain is affected both in the short term and the long term by this global disease.
At the moment, we are collecting the data and we're comparing it to other studies we're keeping a very close eye on and trying to piece together a story that helps us understand the effect on COVID in the brain. We are working as fast as we can to try and understand it, but there's still an awful lot that we don't know.
Well, the assessors found that public engagement is core to the centre's approach. There is strong and committed leadership, excellent professional support, and a very creative and innovative approach to engaging a wide range of people in brain science. The Watermark assessors were impressed by WIN's highly skilled public engagement team and creative programme of activities. WIN's external partners also really valued their contribution, their collaborations. They described staff as open and approachable and appreciated how well they listened to feedback and acted upon it. The centre has set out an ambitious plan to build on these strong foundations and scale up the contribution public engagement makes to its research. In recognition of this, the NCCPE is delighted to award the Wellcome Centre for Integrative Neuroimaging a silver watermark, news of which was announced at their recent away day.
What I'm most proud about is actually probably just the fact that I'm working with people who are extremely into public engagement. There's at all levels of seniority, people see the benefit of public engagement and want to do it.
So I think having people around you who've got a lot of experience in public engagement, who've done a lot of work in it before and who know how to get these projects started is really helpful.
You know, our partnership I think enabled us to work with some truly exceptional people, and together we produced an exhibition for our audiences which offered enormous opportunity to begin new journeys of discovery. You know, good exhibitions can really change lives for the better, and I'm sure our exhibition did just that.
I think it's really great to see that external recognition of the quality of the work that we do here in engagement, and it's also the process itself has been really valuable for us in terms of having us get together and think about, you know, how we could do even better.
Oh, well, and what brilliant news for Corinne and the team. Very, very well done for that great award. So our final awardee is the University of Manchester. Now, the university was one of the first to undertake the Watermark process, and they achieved a gold watermark originally. This assessment offered an opportunity to see how they'd built on what they'd done, and if and how they're sustaining the work now.
At the University of Manchester, we're recognised globally for our commitment to social responsibility and public engagement. Our unique goal of social responsibility commits us to using our knowledge for social good, creating a fairer, healthier and greener future for all. And as an engaged university, two-way engagement is embedded in our research and teaching and illuminated through our sense of place and culture.
Through engaged research, we actively work with and involve the public. Citizen science, patient involvement, policy engagement, working with schools and participatory research. We value different forms of knowledge and expertise. Sharing and co-producing knowledge in partnership with diverse communities helps to make our research meaningful, relevant and impactful.
Through engaged teaching, we listen to and bring together students and communities to address societal needs. From service learning to volunteering and developing projects in partnership with external organisations, we make a positive difference to our communities and enhance the educational practice and experience of our students.
Through our sense of place and our cultural engagement, we connect our work to people. Our world-leading cultural institutions offer distinctive places of belonging, providing creative, imaginative and co-creative places for ideas, social development and cultural exchange. Our civic engagement informs our work in Greater Manchester, improving lives and benefiting communities across our city region and beyond.
We inspire and are also inspired by the public, and through our commitment to purposeful public engagement, we will make a difference to the world.
Well, the assessment team were very impressed by the university's sustained and deep-rooted commitment to public engagement, informed by consultation with staff, students and partners. A notable development since the last Watermark assessment is the Civic University Agreement, involving the 5 publicly funded universities in Greater Manchester and the Greater Manchester Combined Authority. Also important are increased support for engaged teaching and learning, reward and recognition for public engagement, and the active involvement of the university's cultural organisations, as well as moves to open up the campus to become more welcoming and accessible for community use. The assessors also praised the involvement of partners and communities in shaping the research and teaching at the university, and the very significant commitment to equality, diversity and inclusion. Given this sustained commitment to embedding support for public engagement and the university's commitment to contributing nationally to advancing the practice of engagement, we're delighted to award the University of Manchester a Platinum Watermark. Huge congratulations.
I think achieving a Platinum Watermark reflects the inspiring work of our incredible staffs, our students and community partners.
They're committed to taking a partnership approach so that I know that my knowledge, skills and insights are going to be valued and are helping to shape the university's work.
Institution support for me means being able to develop and enhance and really share best practice, and really having those networks that create that culture of enhancement around public engagement at the university.
A Platinum Watermark is so special. It is a true recognition of all of the incredible work that our staff, our students, our community partners undertake.
It recognises and acknowledges the dedication of the university community and our partners to public engagement.
Wow, what wonderful news for Manchester University. Very many congratulations for the great work that you and your partners do together. And what wonderful and worthy award winners. It's really special doing the assessments for the Engage Watermark and getting really close to how people are really affecting change in embedding engagement. And all 4 of our winners have done, really exemplified what can happen. And maybe your institution might like to apply for an award in the coming years, and I'm sure they'd be keen to share their experiences and let you know about the rigour of the award, but also the value of getting the award. So let's just celebrate once more just by saying well done, everybody. You've done really, really well, and really delighted that you've been able to come and celebrate today.